कस्टमर है धंधा करती है साली।
कहाँ से उठाया तुझे? शालीमार ब्रिज से?
तो नेपालियों का वही एरिया है ना?
I watched Paatal Lok and I want to talk about it. Paatal Lok is a crime thriller web television series produced by Clean Slate Films. It premiered on Amazon Prime Video on 15th of May of this year. The series is about a cynical cop who lands on the case of an assassination attempt that blows up as a terrorism conspiracy. In this video, I'll be looking into the series and the clip which has been trending in Nepali online space. The one where a policewoman uses the term Nepali whore. I'll try my best to put my opinions without offending or hurting anyone. Also, this video is full of spoilers, so if you haven't seen the series before, I suggest you watch it and then come back. We follow Hathiram Chaudhary as the main protagonist, whose monotonous and hopeless police life turns upside down as a high-profile case lands on his table. The case turns into a dark mystery thriller, where he discovers startling truths and insights in the course of following his instincts. He investigates the life of the suspects involved in the case and rediscovers his responsibility towards his duty and his life in the process. To know how it all goes on, I suggest you watch the series. However, there are 4 suspects in the case: Tope Singh, Vishal Hathodar Tyagi, Kabir M, and Mary Lingdo. It is Mary Lingdo who is abused as the Nepali whore during an interrogation. Let's look into her character and her role in this series to understand the context better. Mary Lingdo appears to have a Northeast India origin. I looked up the surname and it appears that the people bearing that surname are mostly from Meghalaya, which is a hilly state in Northeast India. She was born as a male child, but later she chooses to live her life as a woman. As the series progresses, we get to know that she lost her parents when she was a kid and her uncle left her on a train. She survived with other slumdogs like herself in the railway station. She was nicknamed Chini by her friends as she looked like a Chinese and sadly was sexually abused as a child. As she grew up, she took night classes, completed a beauty parlor course and became a masseuse. She wanted to collect enough money to undergo an operation which would help her in the transition from one sex to another so that she can marry the guy she loves. This desire for money lands her in the case which the protagonist is investigating. Before I start, please understand that I'm not trying to devalue your opinions and sentiments. You all have the rights to agree, to get offended, to get dissatisfied, or to not care at all. I'm not trying to shove my opinions down your throat. As a cinema enthusiast, I believe it is the responsibility of cinema to portray the society we live in the way it is. It can be done by using either direct representation or symbolism, and sometimes both. One can't stop violence by simply not showing violence in cinema. This reminds me of something I once observed. Children playing hide and seek in a park. Many of them would actually go and hide, while some would just cover their eyes with hands and sit down. They felt that since they can't see the seeker won't find them either. But we all know this doesn't happen in real life. The day doesn't simply collapse just because we closed our eyes. There are 2 realities, one inside our heads and the other outside. The term Nepali whore came up because there is a rampant trafficking and prostitution involving Nepalese women in many parts of India, and we cannot deny it. Mary Lingdo, despite being someone from India, gets treated as an outsider just because of her appearance. She is nicknamed Chini, which of course means Chinese. She gets abused as a prostitute. Can you notice the problem shown here? It is a portrayal of racism that lies within India. Northeastern people are looked as if they are from a foreign country. From being called Chinese, momos, chow mein, to being labelled as coronavirus, Indians from the Northeast have been through it all. Hence, them being called a Nepali whore isn't surprising either, if we look at the prevalent racism. Paatal Lok co-producer Anushka Sharma has been sent a legal notice for this casteist slur. It's actually Indians who should be bothered by the racism in their own nation. We Nepalese, being offended because someone abused an Indian, calling them a Nepali whore, is just like a Bihari getting offended over someone abusing a Nepali as dhoti or Bihari. We need to observe ourselves thoroughly. Some of us might come up with the argument that adding Nepali before a derogatory term ruined our reputation. Here I would like to share something from my own experience. Most of the people in India can't even tell whether Nepal is a country or just another state of India. Even I myself have been asked whether I am from China or Northeast India because of my appearance. Many people don't know Nepal, and the ones who know it as the land of momo makers and watchmen. Let's take a look in the latest Lipu Lake scenario as well. Indian media is already blowing it out of proportions, saying that we have been provoked by China in this matter. Popular actress Manisha Koirala has already been bashed for taking sides with her own country. Nepal is seen as a nation totally dependent on India by the people as well as the government of India. The anger of Nepali people against India that frauds like Michael Kobold exploit isn't anger at all. It's insecurity that arises from realizing how much India influences our daily life. And as Binayak Kuikel has put it beautifully, we can at least try to be less dependent. Being independent is a long way to go.
हामी पनि पहिला इन्डियामा अलिकति लेस डिपेन्डेन्ट हौ न इन्डिपेन्डेन्टको कुरा छोड्दिउँ के लेस डिपेन्डेन्ट हौ न हामीसँगै भएको सोर्सेसहरु जुन युटिलाइज भएको छैन त्यसलाई त अलि अप्टिमल्ली युटिलाइज गर्न सकिन्छ नि हो त्यसरी नै इन्डियाबाट चाहिँ हामी अलिकति लेस डिपेन्डेन्ट हौ न
So we have coronavirus, we have people who are hurt and offended over a web series, a land dispute, and a prime minister who says that Indian coronavirus is more lethal than Chinese coronavirus. Amidst all the chaos, I must say, it would be really great if the people who are getting offended because an Indian got abused with racial slurs start getting offended similarly when a Nepali gets abused with racial slurs. There are more important things to talk about and to get offended over. Racial slurs will vanish only if racism vanishes too. Similarly, terms like Nepali whore will vanish, with Nepalese no longer being subjected to prostitution and flesh trade. This is all I have to say in this issue for now. I can only request you to watch Paatal Lok, understand the context better, and decide for yourself which part of the crowd you want to be. And I believe you know where to channel your energy and outrage better. Most importantly, stay safe and help others if possible at this time of crisis. Thank you.